Sat with Connor and Jay, who are the masterminds behind Manchester Beer Week.
That's given us far too much masterminds.
Well,
Mediocre intellects.
Driving force behind the week. Guys, we're almost at the end of the week. So, looking back, how's it been this year?
I think, comparing it to year one, I've noticed massive growth on year one. I really enjoyed year one, and I thought we put some really good stuff on. The breweries and venues all really engaged really well. But what's been noticeable this year, and Jay probably be able to back me up on this, is the engagement with the wider public, the awareness in the city. I think is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'd say so. Looking back at the Brewery Expo, there are lots of people around there that we've not seen before, that like listening when they were getting to about weren't familiar with the breweries or the beers, but having a great time, I would say. Yeah, it was a really good day. It maybe underlined what we should be aiming for in the future.
And Jay, you're new kind of on board this year, aren't you, to have helped out with the social media, the promotion, the running of the events. How have you found it in your first year? Are you coming back again next year?
Yeah, no, it's been enjoyable. Before all this, like panels of mates, so it's nice to be helping a mate out. But we've got some interests and we talk about the same things. So yeah, it's been enjoyable. It's been a bit hectic at times. But yeah, it's fun, and it's always good being part of the team and achieving stuff together. We're both down at Runaway on Sunday. Where all the clubs with local food trades were launched, and it was just nice putting tables together and everyone mucking in with the guys from Runaway.
Steve will know this well.
Yeah.
From last year when I wrote you into the Brewers Market.
That was mentioned, actually.
Can you come and serve behind the bar for a few hours, which ended up being a 17-hour day involving put up and set down of a market stall.
All in exchange for bacon sandwich, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
was a cup of coffee.
That was all I got.
Is that right?
Yeah. So year two, as you say, of Manchester Beer Week. How have you seen it grow from last year as in terms of events? You say you think there's been wider public awareness of what's been going on. Have you seen growth in what you've done?
Yeah, definitely. There's been more events for starts, and I didn't think that was possible after last year. We had 94 events last year. I think the first count we did this year, when we thought we'd got all the events in, was 101, was it?
Yeah, it's
101, but there's been more since then. So I'll do a proper count after the event, but it's well over 100. It's over 100 now. But most of them have sustained themselves as well, and that's the good thing to see. We've got the weekend in with two beer festivals: the Canberra Central Manchester Beer Festival and the Pilcrow Summer Beer Thing. Hopefully, we'll see after. Hopefully, both of them will be sustained by the crowd here. The Brewery Expo on the opening Saturday, when 11 breweries opened at the same time for the first time ever. It was I must admit, a bit of a worry on the morning of the event. I was panicking, thinking, have we done enough? Will there be enough people here? But for 11 breweries to open up and sustain a day's trade, and for most of them to say they had record days, shows how far we've come, I think.
Yeah.
The awareness is getting there, and that's just through kind of persistent advertising, social media. We've had more budget this year, and we're going to be able to put more into. The sponsors have been so kind as to kind of back the event. We've been able to put more into the promotion of it, and taking beer to a wider audience and saying to people, look, this is happening on your doorstep, get involved, and not just now, but get involved on an ongoing basis. There's so much good happening in Manchester at the moment. And
this year you brought in new sponsors in terms of Co-op were the headline sponsors.
Yeah, that was really pleasing.
That's quite a scalp to have brought in as a sponsor.
We're really pleased with that. They've been great, and they saw the value of it. They came along to one of the team there came along to a couple of events last year, and that was how the introduction started. And from there, it's kind of just snowballed to the point where we brewed our official beer with Co-op and Blackjack, and it's been available in more than 40 stores across the northwest and even further afield, as far up as the Lake District, which is just to go and buy the beer.
Someone's drinking it in Plymouth. Someone to
Really?
Wow. That's quite some reach for that beer. And I had a pint of it last night as well in Porthouse on cask, and it was just like really good. You know,
It does what a Manchester Sun beer needs to do.
Yeah, it was just. I think it went in about 4 gulps. It was that easy to drink. So we're at the end of the week now. You guys seems like you're kicking back a little bit now that you're into the tail end of the week. Looking back, what have been the real highlights for you both, Jay?
I really enjoyed the bar crawl on Monday. First spin on the pub, trying all the new clubs.
You're not allowed to say it. You're not allowed to use that name.
Can you bleep that out
on this podcast?
Yeah, that was fun.
There's potential for that to become a bigger thing. I think and do more of that kind of thing next year.
So I think what you want next year is you essentially want podcast versus podcast.
Yeah, that could work.
If you're willing, there's an open invite.
Let's bring it. Let's look, he's sat in the corner here making out like he's not hearing, but I think there's a podcast versus podcast challenge there. Let the South bring what they've got to Manchester.
No, but like, all 5 beers are great. The collaborations worked out really well. And it was just like after the quiz, just a hard fought affair. Just a room full of people that had a couple of drinks, and everyone was laughing and getting on and
Just
like,
enjoying
a
good time.
It was a bar full of people on a Monday night. Some of the brewers I spoke to earlier in the night turned up, and it was just fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my highlights. What do you think, Colin?
I think I love the Brewery Expo because of what it meant, because it was a chance to take people, to take the horse to water, I suppose. To show people, look, this is happening, and you might think these industrial units are horrible, grotty little spaces, but actually look inside, and there's some really amazing stuff going on behind these doors. So to actually get the wider public of Manchester to go and explore these breweries was the big achievement for us, I think, and it was a day that was buzzing. We got to a certain point in the day where we put in a lot of hard work in the morning. We were delivering stuff and kind of going from brewery to brewery, sorting stuff out, making visits, making sure everything was ticking over okay. And after driving around and seeing most of these breweries pretty busy, we got to a point in the afternoon where I think we've actually managed to pull this off. So we're driving through the centre of Manchester to drop the car off, blasting hip hop with the windows down, just like kids again.
Just a little bit of a celebration. Yeah. So it's probably fair to say that this year's been a massive success again. So this is now a thing, isn't it? This is just going to keep happening year on year, and despite what that might do to you, mate, in terms of maybe bringing you a few more grey hairs.
I need to check with Holly, my wife, first.
But yeah, we're going to see it again next year. Where do you take it from here? Because there's a lot of people saying right now that actually it's probably one of the best weeks worth of events in the UK right now, and to have achieved that in year 2 is pretty impressive. How do you build on that for the future? What can you do next that's going to just continue to set it out to be different and the thing that people want to come to?
We've got 2 threads, but I'll let Jay go with the first, because one point that Jay's made this year, which I think is really good, and the way we can take it forward next year.
Yeah, Manchester's got a history of sort of social justice, and sort of linked to that is we've got these amazing producers making really good tasty beer, and we're quite aware that sometimes like people drinking beer live in a sort of echo chamber, so it's continuing that sort of mantra of taking like well-made local beer to the people. So we've got a couple of ideas that we've sort of tentatively been talking about, where maybe we can extend the reach of like these local breweries that did so well for us last weekend, and get more people tasting the beer. That's something I really want to
we're thinking
aim for.
Music, comedy, using common cultural threads to draw people in and get them to try the beer. So you know, it could feasibly, we both love hip hop. It could be feasibly putting on a really good hip hop night at a brewery, or getting a
beer
band
and something.
Exactly.
Yes, it's not just about the beer; it's about what else is going to bring people.
So people come down for the music, and then they happen to be in a brewery to try the beer, and then the next time, you know, which I think most of these people will enjoy what they try. The next time they see it at the bar, hopefully they'll try it again. So that was one thread, and the second is, I have an idea of trying to make this a kind of industry thing too. So we've got the kind of the public thread, and then also trying to get the industry together and put on some really interesting stuff for brewers, for venues, in terms of kind of seminars and education. I know there's the Brewers Journal do good things like this, where we have kind of talks on a number of different things, and we did some down at Manchester Town Hall not so long ago. So I'd really like to do something like that as well. So it gives brewers something of value while they're in the city, because a number of them come here for the event. It would be good to put something on for them where, you know, it's worth their while on 2 counts coming here.
So it becomes more about just the beer drinker, and it becomes more about the industry itself.
Both, yeah, and not forgetting the core, you know, because the reason why this has become a success is because we've got a really, really good core in Manchester of people who love good beer and who know what they're talking about and who make an effort to seek it out. So we can't, at the same time, you can't neglect those people, and we're going to continue to put on geek out events. So don't people need to not be worried.
Into the Wild event. Good time of shit on Wednesday night. Sampling 4 sour beers.
4 sour beers that were made specifically for the event to showcase the range of flavours in sour beer. Yeah.
Sold out within days. We had tickets to it. They sold out really quickly. And 50 people in the city centre on a Wednesday night
for a proper geek fest.
Yeah.
It was a real geek fest. JK got into biochemistry and everything. so you know, and that's but it was really interesting. You've got Rob Percival from Lallerman, who's a great kind of, he really knows his stuff when it comes to kind of yeast and brewing beer generally. And it was just a great insight into how brewers work with these different flavours and how they change processes, ingredients, to try and create different experiences for people. Really geeky, but I think it's something that even the non-geek might enjoy if they kind of, you know, open their eyes to it.
I think the thing that you've done so well is you've provided this range of events, and it seems like there's something for everyone. So it's made it really accessible to not just people from the local area, but from people that are coming to experience it as well from outside.
It's really nice. People have been like, travelling in. We had a lady that was at the Into the Wild event on Wednesday that was visiting from Austria and changed her flight so she could sit in.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. And when we started announcing stuff, people were telling us they were taking a week off work, which ramps up the pressure. But
a few people said that to us this year.
Yeah, but like I think it's really nice that people got behind it and supported us.
Well, listen, guys, I think you've done a great job. You know, and it's personally for me, it's now one of those must-attend things on my annual calendar. It's that I want to do a few days of Manchester Beer Week every week. Every week? I'd love to do it every week.
I would.
I just
put it on the record now.
Every year, and I'm going to stop chatting to you guys because I think you two properly deserve a beer about now. So cheers for giving up some time, and well done on the week as well.
Cheers. It's genuinely humbling to hear that from people. So cheers. Yeah, brilliant. It's good feedback.
Thank you.